Hey, Amanda here, bringing you into our life at Hotel Moro. We bought this building in October 2020, and since then, as you can imagine, we have been diving into the history to find out as much as we can about the building. Today, I'd like to share with you some of what I have found, starting way back and going through the building of the hotel. If you're new here, please subscribe. It's totally free to do so, and you can change your mind at any time. Also hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time our videos are posted, which should be every Tuesday. So I've been digging through news archives, and so my goal is to kind of lead you chronologically through some of the articles that I have found. I'm going to start with one from Daily Journal, printed in Salem, Oregon, March of 1900, and this is what it reads. The new Columbia Southern Railway runs from Big Station on the Columbia River almost due south through the entire county near the center line, passing through Wasco, Moro, Grass Valley, and the other principal towns. The track laying on the railroad is now at Kent near the southern line, and the terminus of the road is 10 or 12 miles further south at Shaniko, formerly known as Cross Hollows, where a town is now being laid out. This prospective town of Shaniko is being boomed and promises to be a good shipping point, although there is at present no town at all there, all just on paper. All the work of track laying and blasting up the roadbed is being done by the Japanese. We only saw 200 at work near Kent, spiking down rails and surfacing today. We only saw 2 white men, apparently foremen, directing Japanese. The new railroad greatly injures the Dalles. Tens of thousands of bushels of wheat and millions of pounds of wool, which was formerly hauled by freight teams to the Dalles, will this year be hauled to Shaniko, Kent, Grass Valley, and Moro, and the Dalles will lose the trade of these freighters and the business of handling all these products. The Dalles merchants are realizing this and are trying to build a railroad south from the Dalles, but it is not yet a reality. We saw the grade slopes for this proposed railroad along the canyon of the Deschutes. Moro is the county seat. It is a town about the size of Jervis, only it has no saloons. It has a new courthouse, just completed, at a cost of $6,600, and Sherman County is not in debt. Moro has 2 hotels, 2 livery stables, 2 drugstores, and several mercantile stores. It has 1 neat-looking schoolhouse. I started with this article because I feel like it kind of shows the background of why this area had kind of started to boom. With the wheat production and the wool, it was a big area of commerce for the region. So the next article I want to share with you, I actually did not find in the archives. I've kind of looked around to see if I can find a copy of it, but I found it in a box upstairs, and it was just kind of pasted together on the sheet of paper, and it's from the Shaniko Leader in 1901. The above cut is a true picture of the new Moro Hotel. In 1885, a hotel was built on the same ground containing 8 rooms and styled the Moro Hotel. It was constructed under the management of W.M.H. Williams. The hotel became popular from the beginning, so much so that in 1898 the house was enlarged and nearly rebuilt and styled the new Moro. By the enlarging and rebuilding, the house was made to contain 25 rooms and started under the management of Clyde Williams. It continued under this management until the fall of 1900 when he died. The hotel was then purchased by its present owners, Webb and Son, and immediately started under the management of C. Stanley Webb. Seeing at once that the size of the hotel was inadequate to accommodate its increasing patronage, he, on July 1st of last year, had the foundation of a new brick annex laid, and in a short space of time, a 2-story brick was erected, the ground floor of which is occupied by the post office, a real estate office, and a jewelry store. The upper story has many spacious rooms, all well heated and newly furnished throughout. With the annex, the hotel has now 38 rooms and a first-class barbershop and baths in the building. As soon as the flouring mill, now in course of construction, is finished and all machinery is placed, which will probably be sometime this month, the hotel will be wired throughout and electric lights placed in every room. The mill is to furnish the power. It is home of nearly all the commercial travelers while in Moro on account of its fine service and situation. It is the most convenient of all to the dealers, livery stables, railroad depot, etc. The office contains a telephone for the free local use of its patrons. Starting January 1902, the accommodations and service of the hotel will be second to none in the state. I love how that article just kind of showcases like the busyness of the area and the growth, and how as like a commercial hub, they just got to the point where they couldn't keep up with the influx of travelers. So then I came across another article. This one was from the Morning Oregonian, printed in Portland. It was printed in May 1905. The new Moro Hotel also is compelled to build on in order to be able to take care of the increasing patronage. So again, in 1905, the new Moro Hotel had to have another addition built onto it. So then on July 5th, 1919, all across the state, you start seeing articles something like this. This one comes from the Sunday Oregonian, printed in Portland. The title reads, "Moro Hotel is destroyed. Fire starting in kitchen gets beyond control. Blaze also consumes Farmers Bank building and damages several other structures. Fire, the afternoon of July 4th, completely destroyed the Moro Hotel, owned by W.C. Rutledge. The blaze started in the kitchen. Because of celebrations at neighboring places in the county, few persons were in Moro at the time to fight the fire. The building burned slowly against the wind. The Maxwell building to the south caught fire several times but was saved. The Webb brick building south of the hotel, used as an annex to the hotel, was also destroyed. The Farmers State Bank, which occupied the hotel annex, saved all of its effects. The vault was opened and all papers taken out before the flames reached the interior. The hotel was insured for $3,500. The loss is estimated at $4,000 above insurance. The Farmers Bank will open Monday in the local telephone office temporarily until plans for a new building are completed." So as it turns out, a fire took out the biggest hotel in Moro. So by August, they were already reporting of plans of a new structure being built. New hotel planned by Moro citizens. Plans have been adopted for the construction of a 3-story hotel building, 100 by 100 feet in dimensions, on a site facing Main Street in this city. The hotel will contain 45 bedrooms and will be strictly modern. The ground floor will contain a storeroom 45 by 100 feet, an office for the Farmers State Bank 25 by 50 feet, a lobby 30 by 30 feet, besides a kitchen and a dining room. In the basement will be an ice manufacturing plant, steam laundry, and barber shop. So by August, they had already started plans of building a new building to replace the Moro Hotel that had burnt down. So then in the Morning Oregonian, printed in Portland again, in December, we see this. Moro businessmen are still on the hunt for a good hotel man. The Moro Hotel burned last July 4th. Since then, talk has crystallized into a demand for a 45-room concrete hotel. A $20,000 fund has been subscribed to date, and work has stopped until spring, when the building will be built. A number want to find the right man with some capital, enough to prove he is not a business adventurer, to assist in this enterprise. So at that time, plans were already started and things were starting to roll on the new hotel. Then you can follow the progress as they continue. Salem reports in the Capital Journal, "The immediate construction of a modern hotel building at Moro, Sherman County is indicated in articles of incorporation filed here Saturday by the Moro Hotel Company." And then we continue on, this time in the Oregon Daily Journal, printed in Portland. This one is from July 1920. Construction well under headway of Moro's new hotel. Bricklayers are at work on Moro's new hotel, and the building will be ready for occupancy early in the autumn. Plans call for a 3-story structure with full basement. Tile brick is being used for the exterior walls. And then in the Oregon Daily Journal in Portland, printed just a few more days later, it says, Moro Hotel rising. Work on Moro's new modern hotel is being rushed as fast as labor and materials can be secured. The walls are completed and plumbing is also well underway. And then a month later, all over the state, you start seeing ads like this. To lease, new hotel, Moro, Oregon. A splendid 3-story hotel with full basement constructed of cement and hollow tile and having 50 rooms will be completed and ready for occupancy about September 15th. The board of directors for the Moro Hotel Company desire to lease the building unfurnished to a first-class hotel man, with a long lease based on a reasonable rate of interest will be given. Here is an opportunity for the right person. If interested, write or phone at once to the Moro Hotel Company, Moro, Oregon. While I've been digging, I've seen these pop up everywhere. They must have put them in just about every newspaper that they could find in the state at that month. So this article that I found was printed about a month later in the Morning Oregonian again in Portland. And this was September 1920. It starts out to say, to purchase furniture for the new 50-room hotel at Moro, Sherman County, a committee of stockholders arrived in Portland yesterday. So it looks like they had decided that they were furnishing it themselves and they went to Portland to buy up some furniture. And then based on this article, again in the Morning Oregonian, we can determine that the hotel must have been open. It goes to say, Moro celebrates with Banquet. For the first time in 10 years, Moro voted for all officers except mayor today. Ideal weather brought nearly all registered voters to the polls. A banquet was given in the new Moro Hotel, and the American Legion held a rally tonight. This one was published in November of 1920, so between September and November, they must have furnished and opened the hotel, and they were ready for business. One thing that I really loved about all this research was I feel like I finally have a solid answer of when the hotel was built. All the describing words, all the language used definitely points to this building being built in 1920. There was a lot of questions out there. I had heard 1918, I had heard 1921, but I feel like we finally have a concrete answer of it was built in 1920. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about the hotel as much as I did. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter. Weekly updates, sneak peeks, behind the scenes info, family life, and so much more. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week.